Time is of the essence. We must assist our allies.
What do you guys think? Now, I'd like to ask, which one do you prefer? Black Desert Online or The Witcher 4? Before we get into this, I want to showcase something. There's something you need to see before we get to our comparison. And that is, according to what this is recently, it is believed that CD Projekt Red was accused of paying bots to defend The Witcher 4. Let me show you. Now, CD Projekt Red accused of paying bots. Now this comes from YouTuber Aiden Paladin, accused CD Projekt Red of paying bots to defend Witcher 4. Now, Aiden Paladin wrote, I have 100% convinced that CDPR have paid bot farm to spam the same talking point regarding The Witcher 4. I have pointed out before that there is about 5 seemingly scripted response, any critique of what we know about this game. But here is overtly. I say nothing about her being Witcher. She's not and cannot be. Instead, just say I don't want to play the game where you go around as Ciri trying to not get raped in a war-torn continent, as happened in the books. And the NPC just starts talking about her being a Witcher, how I'm a fake fan and a complete non-sequitur. I refuse to believe these are real humans. Okay, first let's continue. Paladin shared another example of an interaction with an ex-user, Suba Tasha92, and commented on the Pirate Nation post, the books portray the gritty, dark nature of the warfare in horrifying details, including Ciri being nearly raped on multiple occasions, or Kazan, I can't say that, while she and Geralt are separated. I don't want to play a game about that. Depriving Ciri of any part of the story, read the books. She doesn't take the trial of the grasses, but consider herself a Witcher. In the end, is more powerful than any Witcher, which that is false. Don't tell me you like Witcher 3 and act like this because of a certain ending literally makes her a Witcher. Regardless whether this is a human being or not, I'm gonna have to make a guess. If it was a human being, this is a shill. Could be a shill. This one, another response from Paladin says, CDPR, maybe put some more instruction into your bots to not respond to a woman saying she doesn't want to play a game where female protagonist has to avoid getting harassed or raped with the same effing script of read the books and she's a Witcher. Of course! See? That's what happens. I mean, you always say men are the ones, and now when women now criticize you, what are you gonna say? Huh, CDPR? Well, they tried to address this, which, let's see what they had to say. According to Weber, I think there's many valid worries and responses, but I think a lot of them come out of passion. I highly doubt it. I think a lot of those questions are also questions we ask ourselves, but so we really again say that we are beholden to the lore, the canon books by Andrzej Sapkowski, the 3 previous Witcher games, and we want to take that seriously. We really want to respect that, so all the answers basically want to give in. The Witcher 4 are in line with this attitude. We're not suddenly making stuff up because we want to, or just because we want to. We really want to make things seriously. So I can really understand if some people, might have wishes to play another game with Geralt. Like I can say myself, I could make games about Geralt until the day I die, and I will probably die happy. But I think for me, and I think for all CDPR, it's also really exciting to see all opportunities that Ciri will bring up, both with our characters and also by just virtue of who she is, what we can do in her terms of the gameplay as well. So I think the best answer for us, for those people that are really worried right now, is basically to show them when we are ready, we really do this well with care, and I hope we can then convince them with the game itself. But I think action speaks louder than words. Yeah, well, on top of that, just remember that we are also not only developers, we are also gamers, right? And we started with the second protagonist already in the Wild Hunt, so there was already a tease. So we're really all about making such calls are very educated calls, and we really believe Philip already said that we are also much of a great story to tell Ciri, and she deserved that. Now, according to SkillUp YouTube channel, it stated that I already read the comments that people are afraid of. If you go to everybody, it will be a mix. Do we still got it? So we need to trust. We are storytellers. This is our priority always. And we go in depth with that. We are going with a universal experience and storytelling, or other storytelling. And she is just a character that will give us more opportunity. And yes, we want to go both players that know us already and for the new audience, because you can start the game without having knowledge actually about the previous game, even about the world. You can just start it as a new entry, and it will be an introduction to the Witcher world, so it's totally fine. You can, of course, go back to the Witcher after. But I think we do have an idea for that. You just have to wait to experience that. For me, when it comes to this, I'll be honest, I haven't exactly played any game made by CDPR, okay? Never. But I know most of my viewers have. So in my case, what I do, I would let my audience to do this with a case-by-case basis, okay? Because sometimes for me, Okay, for the record, let's take for example Resident Evil 4 Remake. I was immediately disappointed when they censored certain things, but in the end, what they make up for it with good gameplay. That's okay. For this, when they attack Endymion, my skepticism of that company just rise up. But at the same time, I will take it by case. I will wait until more information comes in, and I will take everything with a grain of salt. Yes, even though the trailer has a high likes, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. We have to take everything with a grain of salt. We have to take it with a raised eyebrow. Because trust me, right now, if you don't know, they're trying to make it, or perhaps they're trying to put their wokies on a patch. Like say, for example, when they want to get the game released, no bugs, no anything, then say a few weeks down the line or a few months, they'll release the patch and they'll implement that immediately. Because the reason is, don't forget, Metacritics. Because every video game developers, Metacritics are their own indicator, or perhaps their own chance to get publicity. And since Metacritics is not for the gamers, we all know that. So what they do, they will have the Metacritics be as high as they can, good gameplay or anything. But because the one thing you have to know, critic score is not important. It's the user. I think that's what they want to do. And most importantly, they want to limit the refund. That is the important thing. They want to limit the refunds. So it's very difficult. So let's talk about the next part, Black Desert Online. Well, sorry, I have a lot to talk about that one. Now, what does Black Desert Online is doing right now? Let's see. Okay, let's see the news. What's happening? Oh, they postponed holiday of course. Don't forget, when it comes to Asian, they all have their own, say, season pass, holiday pass, or whatever thing. But there's something you need to see. Here, let me show you. Take a look at this. Black Desert Online just postponed their holiday events to mourn a Korean flight crash tragedy, which just happened, okay? Remember, they had to postpone that. And I'm pretty much certain the First Descendant did the same thing. Here, let's check. The First Descendant. Fortunately, nothing. Now, fortunately, the First Descendant have already finished their winter pass, which is, thank God, they managed to finish in time. But right now, Black Desert Online, take a look at this. Here, let me show you. See this? Because they finished the Christmas or the winter season just in time, because it's before Christmas. Don't forget that. See, this is the difference between the East and the West. I mean, take a look with Call of Duty. Yes, I know I'm giving comparison, okay? Why did Call of Duty showcase a trans bullet? And take a look with Black Desert Online. They postponed their holiday events to mourn the Korean flight crash tragedy. And kudos to them. They did the right thing. So basically, when it comes to this, we Eastern devs, we make sure whatever happens, we make sure we time it right. And we give gamers what they want. Because it's that simple. And I'm going to keep on saying this since many of these Western AAA devs refuse to listen. Just give gamers what they want. It's that simple.
So the enemy has proposed that you defect. In that case, perhaps we should use their desire to recruit you against them by planting you within their army. Gain their trust, and before long, we will give the signal for you to destroy their ranks and resolve from within.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want any woke or anti-woke detected, or you want to see me play games. Just visit my second and third channel up here or link in the description.